Hi and welcome to my channel. So I've got good news because look, all of the main countries, the biggest countries and the big boys are all fighting for the attention of international students. So this is a time where if you're considering studying in any country, say, in Europe, Australia, the US, look, this is the time for you to be really selective. Choose carefully because Australia has just made an amazing announcement that is changing everything regarding their student visa processes as well as work visas. So, if you're interested in studying anywhere and you don't want to put all your eggs obviously in one basket, then look, this video is for you. You want to know what Australia is up to, what new changes they are introducing, and the differences as well between studying in Australia and obviously studying in the UK because I'm all about getting you to make those informed decisions. So, if you're new to my channel, you're welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, again, I appreciate your time. And look, implementation is key. If you watched any of my other videos, you know that I'm all about implementation. So, if you check the comment section below, you're going to see a link to my newsletter. If you want all of that juicy information, all of that spicy information about the best courses to study, side hustle ideas to start, because look, I'm all about side hustles. Yes, you need to work, you need a career, but ultimately, having a career is not going to make you wealthy. It's going to leave you broke and you'll be living hand to mouth. And that's why you need to be thinking out of the box, work from home opportunities. I'm all about that. So if you join my newsletter, then I can send that information directly to your inbox so you're not reliant on the yo-yo YouTube algorithm, which is going to be thinking day to day, what should you see, what should you not see. And so that's what I'm all about. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, you do want to hit that subscribe button so you're not a stranger on here. Join the family. And also hit that like button if you like content like this, so it lets me know that obviously I should do more of it. So Australia's Minister for Education, Honorable Jason Clare, has made a life-changing announcement when it comes to working or studying in Australia. The reason I'm sharing this is because look, I would normally share information only about the UK, but when I see a great opportunity, I don't waste any time to bring it to you so that you can explore other opportunities. You can see what else is possible. You can see what else is on offer elsewhere. So that's the reason why I'm sharing obviously this info because if I have a private coaching program where I support with career progression and securing visa sponsorship jobs in the UK. So it's exclusive. My program is only for the UK, even though this video obviously is all about Australia. So again, it's actually absolutely amazing. So what have they announced? So Australia has now announced that from the 1st of July, so it's not started yet. It's from the 1st of July 2023, so that's this year. They're going to be increasing the number of hours that students, international students working in Australia can work every week. So previously, international students could only work, 20 hours a week, similar to the UK. And look, the UK has recently made its own announcement, and I've done a whole video on all the changes that are made in the UK. So if you haven't watched that video, you 100% want to watch it so that you know that if you're studying in the UK or you're coming to study in the UK this year, what does that mean? What are you going to have? What are the pros and cons? So you're making an informed decision. So Australia has announced that they are increasing the hours that students can work from 20 hours per week to 24 hours per week. And look, you may think, it's only 4 hours per week, but the truth is, Australia is a very high paying country, which means that if you have a high paying jobs, 4 hours can make a massive difference in your pay, especially when you're studying as a student. So yes, it may only be 4 hours, but look, it is a lot. That's almost 25% increase, in the number of hours that you can work. So you want to make sure that if you're keen on studying in Australia, then this is something that is a huge opportunity because obviously their jobs are very highly paid compared to the UK. That's the reality of it. But the thing is your choice Australia. Yes, is that what you want? It's all about making those informed decisions because again, many of us have chosen the UK knowing that it's lower pay generally than Australia, but it's for other reasons, closer to home. You've got people there, that diversity and all of that. So, there's an announcement that Australia has made, which is absolutely amazing. But look, that's not the only thing that I've said. And just to put this into context, the UK and Australia, the main difference between the two is that UK does not have any age limit. And that's something that I love and enjoy about the UK. That's something that I appreciate on how the UK actually functions. Because look, in Australia, they have an age limit of 50 years old, which means that if you study, and it's going to affect the next change that they've made, because if you're more than 50 years old, you will not be able to apply for that temporary graduate visa. The temporary graduate visa, they only give it out to people who are less than 50. But in the UK, even if you're 100 years old, look, you're in for the visa, you're going to get it. And that is why the UK is so good. They don't really discriminate in terms of age, and that is huge, which means that even if you're out of the UK right now and you're 60 years old, you're welcome to come to the UK as a student or as a worker. But in Australia, they have that age restriction, which, like I've said, is huge. And by the way, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you do want to hit subscribe right now. I appreciate the fact that you're still watching till now, because there's another change that we're going to be talking about. Again, if you're UK based or you're keen on moving to the UK, if you're still out, obviously, then you want to check the About section of this YouTube channel, and you're going to see a link to my private coaching program where I can support with that career progression in the UK. If you're thinking about those healthcare and non-healthcare related jobs, as you know, I'm an advanced nurse practitioner myself, so I'm all into healthcare. Those side hustle ideas, work from home opportunities. What else can you do? Thinking outside of the box, which is incredibly vital if you're living in these capitalist countries, because you need to be ahead of the game. If you're not ahead of the game, you're going to be left behind. So my coaching program is making sure that you are on slick, making sure that you are well informed, making sure that you're ahead of the game, and making sure that you are having the best and the most incredible opportunities that you rightfully so deserve. So if you check the About section, you're going to see a link to that Nursing Career Bootcamp, and by all means, I'll be glad to welcome you into that program and to get to work with you. Thank you for that. So let's move to the next point. So the next point that the Honorable Minister of Education, in Australia has announced is they're going to be extending the time for their graduate, visa, which means that when you finish studying in Australia, right now, the way the law is that depending on the course that you study, obviously you need to study a relevant course where Australia is short of workers in that particular sector. For example, teaching, healthcare, IT, engineering, those are sectors that Australia struggles to recruit, people from within their country. So what happens is that if you study one of those courses that, is on the relevant list, because look, you need to check the courses before you study. As you know, I'm always saying, if you're studying abroad, don't just lie down in bed and choose a course randomly. That's not good. You need to check the country. What do they need? What is going on there? What can you get after completing that specific course? That's how you need to be thinking. Wise, smart, and out of the box. Don't just dream of a course that you want, that you like, that you're passionate about, and then you apply to study. That's a big no. So if you're watching my videos, you need to be smart implementing. If you've got any questions, I want you to leave them in the comment section below. If you haven't joined my newsletter, again, check the comment section. All you need to do is drop your name and email. It's not even going to take you up to 20 seconds to do that. And then when there's any info like this, I'm going to send it directly to your inbox. So if you study any of those relevant courses right now in Australia, you're going to get, a work permit. So it's a temporary graduate visa that enables you to live in Australia and work so that you can find a permanent job. That's why it's called a temporary visa. So right now you get it for 1 year or 2 years after successfully completing your course. Depending on the course that you've completed, you get either 1 year or 2 years. The Australian minister has now announced that from the 1st of July 2023, they're going to be adding an additional 2 years on top of the existing one, which means that a course that was previously eligible for just a year is now going to be extended for 3 whole years. A course that was previously 2 years, well, you're not going to have a temporary visa for 4 years. That is a massive change, because if you look at the fact that in the UK they have their own post study visa, which is currently 2 years, and look, the UK is currently contemplating of reducing the 2 years to 6 months. So they are going the opposite direction from Australia when it comes to this, So you need to be aware of those changes that are happening. Like I said, I've done a whole video on the changes that the UK has made and proposals to student visas. Because if you want to study in any of these capitalist countries, the laws, the rules, the policies, the changes, the updates, the proposals, look, you've got to be on sleek. You've got to be aware of what they are, because they're going to influence, can you bring your family, can you not? Because also the UK is changing, where there are certain courses that you're doing, you will not be able to come with your family to study in the UK. So if you've got kids, you've got a wife, you've got a husband, you've got a spouse, you need to check what those laws are. Like I said, I've done a whole video explaining all of this for the UK. So the main disadvantage obviously with Australia is the age restriction. You know, they are not open to everybody. You've got to be under the age of 50. But the UK, look, you could be even 200 years old. They don't care. As long as you've got your money to pay for the fees, you're applying, you're a human being, that's all they care about, which is absolutely amazing. So what do you think about these changes, for Australia? Is that a country that you've considered going? What do you think about it? Look, I think the UK is still best. Like I say, no bias at all, but it's up to you. As you know, it's a free world, but it's about making those informed decisions. It's about knowing the consequences, repercussions, and the impact of the decisions that you're making, not only to yourself, but to your family as well. So obviously these changes are absolutely amazing. Like I say, the biggest advantage that Australia has over the UK is that Australia is better paying than the UK. But the thing is, Australia is kind of very far away from home. And also one of the good things about Australia is the beautiful weather. You know what I mean? If you live in the UK, you know about the UK weather. Gloomy, gloomy, dark. So Australia is the opposite of that. You've got the sun, sand, sea, beautiful beaches, and nice wind and fresh air and all that. So again, ultimately, that's not really what makes us to make those decisions as to where we're going. But these are some of the amazing changes that Australia has made, which are obviously welcome and which are going to make a huge impact on those people that do choose and do decide to study in this beautiful country. So what are your thoughts? Again, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, this is an amazing opportunity for you to hit subscribe right now. Turn on that notification button so you're the first to be notified every single day. I drop a video on here every single day at 10 a.m. so that you are aware of what's going on. It's my duty to keep you informed. But if you want to work with me, on a closer level, on a personal level, if you need that individualized support, that personalized support, and that tailored support, obviously for the UK, then by all means check out the about section of this YouTube channel, and you're going to see a link to my private coaching program, Nursing Career Bootcamp. And by all means, you're very welcome to join, because we can get started with everything. But if you've got any comments, any questions, do feel free to leave them in the comment section here, and I'm going to join you in the comment section, and we'll talk further about everything that is going on. And I'm going to bring you more opportunities of it from Australia, because some of the most amazing changes that they've done, I'm like, what? This is absolutely amazing. If I was somebody who was open to going to other places, then you want to just explore that. I know that everybody is not the same. Some people are still half in, half out. So you want to consider these other opportunities and see whether they are best for you, and see whether that is a route that you want to pursue, and whether you want to go all in for those opportunities. So it doesn't matter whether you're already in the UK or you're still out of the UK, but the whole point is that I want you to be aware of those opportunities either way. So you can expect that I'm going to share more varied opportunities about different countries, different places, different areas, different sectors, different, just different companies, and just that diversity that is needed. So thank you very much for watching the video. Keep watching videos on here. I've done videos about all sorts of things: interview preparation, types of UK visas, side hustle ideas, work from home opportunities, career progression, my own journey as well. So do check those out, and again, do share this information with loved ones that are going to benefit from this, so that as many people as possible can benefit from this information and change their situation. So thank you. Keep watching the videos, and bye for now.